Good morning, I'm Captain Butler, Dallas Fire Department. Today we're going to go over introduction of the boat car and inflation of the Zodiac 380. And what we have here is Boat 54 with me today. We're going to use their boat car as an example of how the boat car should be laid out. When we're dealing with a swiftwater call or a boat call, we're talking about seconds to minutes that can make a difference, and we can improve efficiency in our boat launch by how our boat car is laid out. Depending on what the call is and however we're set up for whatever it is that we're trying to mitigate, we can have our boat car set up to be very efficient. So in the back of the boat car, as we open the Suburban doors, all we want to have back there is our Yamaha 20 horsepower motor, our Zodiac 380 boat, and our SCBA bottle that we can use to fill it up. As we walk around to the side of the vehicle, we want that same quick deployment model set up. We don't exactly know what the call is going to be until that officer gets to talking to whoever it is. If we've got kids that are in a stream and we know we've maybe only got a 45-second contact with them, what's going to be our major attack? Throw bags. Boom. They're right there on top. We've got our throw bags, we've got our PFD, and we've got a utility rope. Everything is laid out for efficiency. Okay? So whatever the call is, if it's a quick moving creek, kids in the water, we can open this door, grab those throw bags, grab the PFD, head down to the water's edge. Alright, we're able to do that efficiency. So this is the layout that we want to see in our boat car. We're going to go over the process now of actually deploying the boat from the boat car. So we've gone from receiving the call at the station, we've got en route, and now at this time we've arrived on location. Again, our 4-person boat team, what we're going to do is we're going to divide it up into 2 teams of 2. So as we arrive on scene, this is what it's going to look like. Our officer and artilleryman are going to go and find the point of contact, the person who's hysterical, the person who called 911, and develop a game plan. He's acting as our fisherman right there who's lost his buddies. What he's doing is assessing the scene, finding out the information that needs to be gained to developing a game plan for when we get on scene.
Going to deploy the boat?
The lieutenant is called for a deployment of the boat. We've got our other 2 operators here in the boat who are now going to be responsible for deploying the boat by themselves. This is a 2-person operation. As they come to the back of the boat car, they are first going to grab the Zodiac 380 in its container, pull it off of the container, move it back to the ground. Unstrap the Zodiac. They will begin to unroll the Zodiac at this time. As they begin to unroll the Zodiac, they're going to want the transom or the rear of the boat facing towards the water's edge. At this time, this 2-person team is going to divide up. One of them is going to take the SCBA and go get it to hook up to the Octopus. The other person is going to be checking all of the valves that were opened since the last time that we used the boat. We have 3 of these on this boat. 2 inflationary, 1 on each side, marked with a green and an orange. And then we have 1 at the front of the boat that you can't see as well. This boat is set up with a green inflation or an orange inflation and a green navigation setting. The Zodiac 380 has 2 baffles in the system set up to where if one of the baffles gets, or areas of the boat gets cut, then we can still manage to limp in with one section of the boat inoperable at that time. So we take a piece of rebar to this outside. If we've got that turned to the green navigation where our baffles are set, we're only going to lose 1/3 of our boat. We're still going to have air in those other 2 sections. If by chance you left it in the orange navigation setting and you take a piece of rebar to the side, you're going to lose your entire boat because it's going to drain air from the other side of the boat. That's the purpose of the navigation side. Our SCBA bottle is getting hooked up. He confirms that we've got all 3 of our valves intact. We go to the inflation mode set by the arrow. Perfect. He's going to give him the ready to inflate mode. You don't have to worry about strapping that in. Now at this time the boat is self-sufficient. With it filling up like it is, they can leave that. It does not need to be tended, and they can go on to grabbing the boat motor and setting it on the back of the transom. So our two boat operators have now moved to the back of boat 54 where they're going to get the motor out of the cradle. Our officer and tillermen are still over there developing a game plan. If they need to contact Swiftwater on Channel 3 or the incident commander, they can pass on information at that time if they have additional needs or just better information that we didn't receive on our MDC. My side, there we go. Perfect positioning. Perfect, getting a good bite on the transom. They're going to screw it in now to tighten the motor to the transom housing. At this time we hear the relief valve coming off. Our floor has been filled at this time. If that relief valve is releasing, that is fine. That's what it's designed to do. Y'all ready? You got a plan? As the fuel is being hooked up, we've got a quick connect line ready for that. There's a 3-part process to hooking up the fuel line and making sure that we're ready to deploy the boat. The quick connect, we've got a prime with the bull primer, and then we also have to vent the gas cap. Venting the gas cap will allow it to run. If we fail to vent the gas cap, you will get a few minutes of use out of the boat before it dies. At that point in time, you will not start it. You'll have to start the process over of why did we lose. Y'all ready? At this time the boat is still airing up. We're going to get personal protective PFDs for our victims. We're going to get our throw bags for the victims. And we've got our paddles. The only process that we have left at this time is waking up the motor and getting the motor prepped to go into the water. We wake the motor up by pulling and releasing the kill switch. He'll literally pull the red kill switch out. We're going to give it 3 cranks with the boat in neutral. He's going to reconnect the kill switch, and now the motor is woke up and ready to be operated. After 3 pulls, he's going to reconnect the kill switch. Per manufacturer's request, the motor is now awake and ready to be operated. That is only done after it's been stored for quite some time. How do we know when the boat is full? We get a pop-off valve. We've got 3 relief valves on this boat. 1 for the floor and 2 for the side baffles. Once those initially pop, after we're set for that, they'll be able to change this from an inflationary state to a navigation state. At that time, the boat will be ready to deploy. We good? Yeah, we're still low. All right, so let's go ahead and get the boat in the water. Back it up. Set it back far enough to where you can lower your prop. At this time, the boat tiller will get in, lower the unit into the water, ready for operation. He'll put it in reverse, and he'll drive off, ready to mitigate the scene.